Hey guys, good morning. Joe here. Morning coffee. Cheers. Hey, so something I look forward to in the future is when I finally get to have a bigger room. I'll be able to have a setup easier. That way, if I ever decide to make a video, I don't have to worry about taking out the mic and setting up the camera and all this shit. My work environment is kind of like cluster at the moment, so if I want to make a video, it's almost like a routine. It's like I have to take out the mic, I have to set up the camera and all this shit, rather than just hitting record and there you go. But that's something I aim for, right? Because yeah. So it's been a week now since I came back from CES, right, in Las Vegas with Paul. I guess I want to talk about that because every time I go, there's two things that I experience. One is that, there's every now and then I do get people that know me that are like, oh my God, I'm so jealous of you and yada yada. You're so lucky and all this stuff. I want to talk about pretty much my experience of like actually going and my experience of being there for the first time, going to these types of events for the very first time to now, this is like my fourth time of going, my fourth year of doing this thing, in a row. First of all, most of all, the whole, oh, you're lucky thing. Trust me, I don't take for granted the opportunities I have at the moment, but obviously if I don't go and do the work that I'm being taken to do, then there's really no point in me going, right? I wouldn't be in that situation, right? When I go to these events, my job is mainly to edit. For the most part, that's it, right? Usually, like the first day when I get there, for the most part, like obviously we don't have any footage to work with, right? So I'm with Paul and that's kind of fun. I get to meet people. I go to like the suites, because what they do is like instead of being on the show floor, some of these companies they rent out like a suite, some fancy hotel. We go there by appointment and then we film, right? Usually the booths is we go, but it's fucking noisy as shit. And like, usually Paul will like film, what's going on at the booth, on the show floor. And then like he does a voiceover later because it gets way too loud, right? Yeah. So usually the first day I'll like go walk around with him. I help him film and I get to see the cool stuff. And, it's fun, right? That's the first day. The next day, that's when I start to like, stay back in the room and I start to edit and all that stuff. So stay in the room. Paul goes out, starts to film. He comes back. He has more footage for me. He drops it off. Sometimes he'll go again out for another appointment. So I'll finish up what I need to finish up in the morning. Then whatever he drops off, I'll start working on that. He comes back again later in the afternoon. So I start working on those projects, with more footage and so on, right? So when I go to these events, sometimes I'm stuck in the room for like 3 days straight, literally. If I go out, it's mainly because, I need to get something to eat or we go out at night for dinner or something like that, right? But for the most part, I wake up like usually at 7, start working. Then like I won't stop working until like, 8 or 7 or 8 at night, depending like how much footage I got, right? But, my goal is not to come back home with work, right? I want to get all done there. So that way everything's just ready for Paul, to like hit render and, all this stuff, right? So yeah, it is fun. It's, when I do have the opportunity to go, companies do provide like dinners every now and then, some of the sponsorships. So, that is fun, because it's good dinners, steaks or Chinese food or something nice, right? For the most part. Yeah, it's cool when people say that, oh, you're so lucky and all that stuff. I mean, yeah, I do appreciate that. And trust me, I don't take for granted this opportunities. But again, I'm going for work. In the videos, like, yeah, it shows like we're partying and all this stuff. But for the most part, like I said, I'm just stuck in the room editing, Yeah, like I said, the most has been like 3 to 4 days straight and once in Computex. And like we're staying in a hotel where there wasn't any windows because like the hotel is underground. So I was there editing the whole damn time. A fucking room for 3 days straight, right? Literally. So yeah, there's that. Usually the last days, like the day or two, that's when like I do have like the most fun because I usually be done with everything I got. So then like I'll go and have more of an opportunity to go on the show floor and see what's going on and all this stuff and like whatever. For me to go and explore, it's not as much as people may think, right? Because like I said, I'm there to edit, so I have to be in the room to edit. So there's that. But either way, when I do go, it is fun. Going to Taipei is fun. I really like going to that country. It's very nice. It's totally different, and I love walking around there. I love Asian food. I like Asian cultures and shit like that. So the other thing I want to talk about is basically how much I've changed from the first time I went to most recently to going to these events. Now, the first time I went to these events like CES and like Computex up in Taipei, as you can imagine, I was excited. I'm super happy, because obviously I spent a lot of time in my room, looking up tutorials, learning how to edit, and do my work and all this stuff. So like the fact that I get this opportunity to travel to work because of something I've been working hard towards, it's great, right? It's just, it's such a good feeling, and it's just not to be sound like egotistical, but definitely, it is a proud moment for myself when like this happens, for me to go and fly into another country, for work, and just it's great, But the first time I went to Las Vegas, and then like the first time I went to Computex, I had this mentality where it was kind of like, all right, I'm in Vegas, oh, I'm in Taipei, there's parties every night and dinners and all this stuff, right? So I had a mentality of like going out and do as much as I could, right? Part of it was because it's a new experience, and part of it is also like I had a feeling that I wasn't sure if I was gonna do this again, and also a big part of it is also me being still like irresponsible in the sense of like just having a good time and partying and drinking and all this stuff, right? And like I learned very quickly my first trips going to Vegas and going to Taipei that doing that is not a good idea whatsoever, right? And I bring that up because, every time I go to these types of events, every night, usually I always meet someone that's been there for the first time, and then like, they're staying up late, they're, going to the parties and going to late night dinners and all this stuff. And it's like, that shit wears you down big time, man. And like, dude, it's just working with a hangover or lack of sleep, and because you're in another state like in Taipei, the first time I went there, like I love Asian food, so I ate everything, and I came back so fucking bloated and just overweight and stuff like that. Also, like because I was so focused on working too much that I was drinking a lot of caffeine because like my sleep deprivation, right, like the jet lag was bad, so I was drinking a lot of caffeine, right, to stay up and stuff. And also there were like 7-Elevens are everywhere in Taipei, right? So like I'll go to 7-Eleven just to save time. I'll buy like a lot of top ramen, like instant noodles. Dude, I ate so much of that shit, and like it was not good whatsoever, man. It's just, yeah. This time that I went to Vegas, like it's like me and Paul, we both agreed not to go to parties anymore, like big club parties and stuff like that. We don't like to do it. I personally do not like doing that anymore. Well, in general, I don't like club parties. I just not my thing. It's just loud music. You cannot talk to people. It's all fucking loud as shit, and it's mainly drinking. And I like beer, I do like my beer every now and then, but I just do not like getting fucked up anymore, man. I'm so over it. And also, like I do not like to mess with my sleep patterns, right? Once it's like a certain time, like 10 to 12, I want to be in bed, I still mess up. I've been staying up late playing Fortnite. That's my situation at the moment, but for the most part, I do not like doing that. I like to sleep, and I need to sleep, right? Because I like waking up and boom, get to work, with a fresh mind and all that stuff, right? So stay on this video. So if you're ever in a situation where you get the opportunity to finally like maybe travel somewhere or going to like some major event like this, obviously you're gonna be proud of yourself, and yeah, it's good. Definitely try to meet people, try to talk to people. If there's something that you're interested in, maybe like a company event, like a party, hey, cool, go for it, right? But be smart about it. Don't like, there's free beer, so you're gonna drink more than you usually do. No, don't do that. Bad choice, right? Because you're gonna wake up feeling like shit. You're there for work, you gotta like have a straight head for all this stuff, right? I've made my mistakes and I learned from them. Trust me, I have. That's mainly it for this video, So yeah, keep working. If you're in this opportunity, good for you. It is a good feeling where like, everything you worked hard for, you see the results in the sense of like you start to like, travel, or you start going to these major events and stuff like that. It's cool. It's fun. It's really, really fun. So definitely, something to work towards, right? When it does happen, have a straight head. Don't stay up late, take care of your health. Be sure to eat well, stay hydrated, drink a lot of water, because I made all that mistake, drinking a lot of caffeine to stay up to work and all this stuff. The alcohol, try to reduce that as much as you can. Definitely drink fluids, stay away from the sodas and the sugar and all that shit, Don't eat chips or any of that shit, because, it's going to wear you down. These events is very tiring, that's the thing about these events. Yeah, it looks fun and all this stuff, because it is, but a lot of time and energy and mental energy gets used up big time, man. It's very tiring. You're walking around, you're meeting people, you're shaking hands, you're carrying your stuff. You're constantly working because, it's one video after another. So it's like, I don't really have much of a break in the sense of like work. So I'm constantly working, one video after another. Yeah, when I came back from Vegas, I crashed at 7 o'clock at night, and I didn't wake up till like 6 in the morning. I just slept a lot. Yeah, so I was drained, but anyways, that's it for this video. So I hope it helps. Gives you a heads up of if you're ever in this situation, be careful. All right, that's all I got for you. Take care and peace.